Hello, welcome to Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. This is your host, Iggy. Yay. Thank you for that. Well, guys, today we're going to look at the Davy Crockett at the Alamo playset. This was introduced by Marx Toys in 1955, and it was released in coordination with Walt Disney's Davy Crockett at the Alamo. In fact, you can see here there's an image of Fess Parker on the Alamo gate. The originals also said Walt Disney's Davy Crockett on the top there. I do have a picture of what that looks like, and I'll share that with you in a few moments. Okay, now this box is from the 1995 Marx Toys release. This is not the original Marx. The original Marx, of course, went out of business in, I think, 1980. Louis Marx sold the company in 72, I believe, and it finally was gone in 1980. This is a reconstituted Marx company that was a gentleman had purchased the rights to the name and released the set in 1995. Now, when I saw it in Sears catalog, I got all excited and ordered it right away and got an official letter in the mail saying, well, we're sorry, but it's sold out. And so I was pretty disappointed. However, the day after Christmas in 1995, what shows up on the porch? I don't know how it happened. Maybe someone returned it. I don't know, but Sears went ahead and sent me the set, so I was very delighted to get that. So let's take a look at the original set from 1955 because it does differ from later sets. The Alamo play set actually evolved as the years went by. This shows the Walt Disney's Davy Crockett Alamo. This is the Sears catalog from 1955. You'll notice that it has the Shaco Mexicans, but not the Roundheads. Excuse me, not the. Well, hopefully they had Roundheads and they weren't a blockhead. Not the Round Hats. A lot of people call them various names: Round Hats, Lancers, Presidio Mexicans, Zorro Mexicans. It depends on what playset they had as a kid, I guess. At any rate, the Texas Defenders, with the exception of a Davy Crockett figure, are all from the Marx 1951 Ford Apache. So they're cavalry figures, and they're in a smaller scale than the Mexicans. They're in a 45 millimeter scale. Now, the playset did evolve, so I'm going to flip you up. Flip you up? That sounded terrible, didn't it? All right, here's 1958, and Marx introduced the Zorro playset. And you'll notice it's virtually the same gate and walls as the Alamo, except it says Zorro now, and they have a 2-story tin lithograph building with a porch there. And here we see the introduction of the Round Hats, or Zorro Mexicans. Now let's move forward once again. Thank you for indulging me while I go through this. And here's the 1960 Zorro playset. You'll notice that the Walt Disney main gate has been replaced with this one that just simply says Alamo. However, here's the big changes. Now it has Shaco Mexicans, which you can see there, and the Zorro Mexicans, or Round Hats, or Lancers. Here you can actually see them with a lance. Also, we have Pioneers that are in the same scale as the Mexicans. And these are the same pioneers that they would have in Boonesboro play sets, or also there was some figures very similar to that in Fort Apache sets. Okay, so let's go up here to what we have here. I was very pleased with this lithograph box, but as you can see, there's like 6 defenders and maybe 3 or 4 attackers. Plus the gate is wide open. That's almost like the Fort Mims tragedy. Fort Mims was attacked. Who attacked him? Was it Cherokee? I can't remember, but they were unable to close the gate, so everyone in the fort was slaughtered. Okay, let's look at the figure now. These are all, oh, pardon me, a hiccup. These are all recasts. These horses are called, sometimes they're called Mexican horses or Western horses. And I like them better than the cavalry horses that came with the Fort Apache or Civil War sets. These figures, however, do not fit on these saddles at all. They're quite loose. They're just delicately balanced on the saddle there. It all looks like they have hemorrhoids and are very tenderly sitting there. I was looking to see if I could buy some more of these horses because, as you can see here, I have quite a number. I think I have 15 soldiers with no horses. But when I looked at one of my previous videos about horses, I noticed that I had at least a dozen Western horses, so I don't have to worry about that. But I did notice it's hard to find these now. I went to McShawn's Closet and CTS, and I checked, what was it called? Battlefield Legends or something. These, of course, are all recasts. They're in a medium blue as opposed to the powder blue. I do have recasts in powder blue of these and also of the round hats or Presidio Mexicans. Presidio means fort in Spanish. There's 2 different colors there. These darker ones I had purchased from my friend Doug, and Doug had these. I think he had a couple cavalry figures, like, or at least one there. And so I got that from him. There's another. Is that one back there? No. Okay. So there's not a lot of poses because these guys are not posers. They were the real deal. And it has a, actually, this is a round hat. He belongs over here. Anyway, we have clubbing with a rifle. He would go out every Friday night clubbing with his friends. Then we have the double time, charging the, well, he's either having a good time or he's double timing. I'm not sure. He could be a 2-timer. I don't know. But he's approaching the fort. And we have charged bayonets. Then it came with several mounted figures, as you can see here. I'm not sure why he's got a sword and a rifle. I've heard of mounted infantrymen, but they would always dismount and engage the enemy on foot. However, I can't imagine them charging like this, but I could be mistaken. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm kind of old, but I'm not that old. So it came with that, and I think there was another one. This one. Is it this one? Yeah, this guy looks like he's got a stomach ache. Poor guy. Must have been that water down there. Then with the Zorro Mexicans, these are actually, I think, are better poses. They've got a fella engaging with a sword, or excuse me, with a flintlock pistol. And we got advancing quick time, fighting with a sword, as is this one here. And we have a rifleman. I remember my brother got a hold of these Zorro Mexicans and cut their hats down to kepis and shaved that little shoulder board that you see around his shoulder there, and turned them into Civil War soldiers that way. I don't think I showed you the rifleman on the other group. It looks cool when you got a whole bunch of them lined up. It's like I got a company strength of, or at least a couple platoons anyway. So the Zorro figures have some pretty good action to them. And they also have these very cool guy with a lance. And one with a sword. So very nice. These recasts are pretty cool. If you're into the Alamo, I would recommend you get these. Did I complete showing you how these playset evolved? Yes, I think I did show you that. I bought this book online and I was kind of disappointed. It's a little bit amateurish. The guy that made the book loves the Alamo. That's pretty evident. However, a lot of the photography leaves a lot to be imagined. I do like this though. This page here is a nice spread of the Zorro Mexicans and the Shaco Mexicans. I think he made it dark like this on purpose because the final attack on the fort was on March 6th in the early morning hours, so it wasn't daylight yet. And they advanced on the fort when it was still dark, and that's probably why he took photos like that. He's used a couple of the Marx Place tin litho Marx walls and chapel here in order to create this more accurate compound. Even has the log stockade that protected this end of the fort. And here he's mixing Marx with BMC pieces. And I think there's a picture in here that shows the Walt Disney Gate. If you find one on eBay that says Walt Disney. Uh, it's a pretty good deal bet that it's original to 1955. So what I do with it, I should have marked the page, and I didn't. Here it is. There you go. Walt Disney's official Davy Crockett album. You know, I was when Fess Parker died, I was really quite upset by it, and I was at work when I discovered that Fess Parker had passed away, and everyone I worked with said, "Who's he?" I said, "You don't know Fess Parker? He played Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett. Who are they?" I said, "Well, they were historical figures." "Oh, history. I don't like history." I said, "Why not?" He said, "Well, it's just a bunch of old white people. I'm not interested in that." I'm like, wow, well, diversity is our strength, I guess. Now we have to forget our history. Anyway, that's sort of a controversial subject and a sore one for Iggy. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you. This is Iggy saying thank you for getting Iggy with it. Thank you for enlisting in the Iggy Army. And I think my next video will also show you some more Mexicans. However, it's going to be the BMC Mexicans. And in this playset, oddly enough, it's not listed on the contents here, but it also came with Indians and silver Fort Apache cavalry from their 1951 set, the 45 millimeter ones. And it came with BMC Mexicans and a couple of these Shaco Mexicans. Not many, just a few of them. All right, that's all I got for you on this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at these, and I will see you next when I present the BMC Alamo, okay? I should have dug up the picture of me standing in front of this door. I went to see the Alamo with my brother, and he took a picture of me, and I've got these big, giant sideburns. I look like I should have been defending the fort. Anyway, hope you guys had a good one. I'll see you later.